Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the SU-8. It's a Tier 6 Soviet SPG. It's located on the east spawn of Malinovka and it's under the command of Bigger Stickers. And as you know, that's one of my replays. So, yep, this video with 3 replays featuring the SU-8. Well, I'm currently grinding it to get as many Battle Pass points as I can get. So I can get the 100 points up at Tier 6. And then I get the bonus for having maxed it out. The SU-8 has got a 152mm howitzer, which is capable of doing 600 alpha, penetrating 38mm of armour and a burst radius of 7 meters. Now, an enemy Nashorn has been spotted across the battlefield. And as you know, that's the German version of the German tank destroyer, based on the same hull as the Hummel. Well, my first shot does 24 hit points. It looked like he was coming forward, but he changed direction and went back. And I normally fire at this bush first thing, and apparently there was an E25 in that bush at the time. It looks like he's going straight back into the bush. So I fire around him just to make sure that he gets a welcome. Okay, SU-12244, Tier 7 Soviet tank destroyer. Going to try and put a round next to him. And it went long, very long actually, well behind him. Okay, we've got a Borsig. I've marked him as target. He's pulling back. Can I get a shot on target? Lining him up, lands out. And it's well short this time. It lands well in front of the Borsig. Doesn't do any damage to him whatsoever. So not having a very good day so far. I saw a strip 74 for a brief moment, but what attracts me now is this M4A3E8. He's reversing back down the hill. Oh, and he changed direction again, and this time around only 91 hit points of damage. That Firefly 5C has just received a big hit, and he's got minimal hit points now, only 9. I can probably get him. Lining him up, and he's killed before I can shoot. I go back to where the Firefly, the EZ8 was last seen, but he's gone. That's where the SU-12244 was. I wonder if he's gone back into the bush again. Rounds out, and I pulled away before I saw what happened there. I shouldn't have done that. I really shouldn't have done that, because I didn't know if the enemy actually was hit. Now, the standard reload for this Arty is 19.65 seconds. My reload is 16.64. It's got a Brazilian arms crew and a rammer as well as a gun lane drive, so it's very quick to reload. But the SU-8 doesn't have a very wide arc of fire. It's only 17 degrees, and it's asymmetrical, which means that you've got less field of fire on the left than you have on the right. And I just got a hit there on the Progetto for 204, and he's pulled back into the bushes, but he is a one-shot and he's gone. Now I'm trying to get a shot on that KV3. All I do was stun him. Can I get a shot that side? I don't think so. I think he's going to be this side for most of the game. But he's being very difficult to hit. Can't make up my mind which way it's going to be easier. But I see these guys coming in. And we've got a 40TP, which is a Polish Tier 6 heavy, or medium rather. And an Object 252U, which of course is the plainclothes version of the Defender. Okay, still trying to get that KB3 now. It's going to be difficult to get a shot in there without damaging the Tiger 2 and stunning him. So I'm going to fire at the Defender. Got his rear. 242 non-penetrating shot in his rear. And then he does this, actually. He goes and knocks down the building, which would have actually protected him. But to get to the Tiger 2, and then, of course, the Tiger 2 is being killed. I fire at the Defender, get 135. So, We've lost sight of all the enemy up the hill because all of our tanks that went up the hill have been wiped out, but that 252U is still up there, and so's the 40TP. I was about to turn around and head south to get a bit further south down the map, and I saw the 252U appear again, so I'm dialing in again all over. Line him up. He starts moving. Rounds out. He pulls back just enough to avoid the hit. Only 39 hit points, but I got some stun assist. And funnily enough, that's the first amount of stun assist you get in this game. I've got in this game. That's a bit better. I got an actual hit there on the front of his vehicle, but only 91 hit points. Now, you don't get a whole lot of ammo in this Arty, only 26 rounds, so you have to make best use of them as you can, because otherwise you're going to run out. I've already burned through half of my ammo, and my next shot hits the 252U for 100. Looks like it's tracked him, and my teammates are getting shots on him to peck him away bit by bit. Another round ready, rounds out. This time I track him on the other side of the body. He's not having much luck at pulling away, and I'm almost ready to shoot again. And I tracked him again. And there he goes. Only 118 hit points off that last one, but the 40TP that was with him managed to sneak down, and he's now the other side of that rock. And I'm now down to 9 rounds of ammo. I get a direct hit on the 40TP for 255. And he's gone. Now, the fire rate of the SU-8 is actually comparable with the M44, and in actual fact its DPM is higher than the M44. The SU-8 will actually do 1,831 hit points per minute, so it does do more damage. The only problem is it's got a slightly longer reload than the M44, but if you put all the bonuses that you can, like a Brothers in Arms, a rammer, use premium consumables, which I'm using because I've got extra rations, you really can get some damage on the enemy. Excuse me. Well, you can see I hit the 1815 on the mantlet because there's a little yellow mark next to his gun. And I've hit him on the other side of the mantlet this time. And there he goes. Okay, we're keeping par with the enemy. Both got 8 kills apiece. We do have a tank up the top of the hill. It's a Cromwell, but the problem is that he was spotted by the enemy, and all of a sudden the SU-122-44's turned up where the AT-15 was last seen. Now, an Easy 8's turned up near me as well, but I'm ignoring him for the moment because I'm trying to get shots on this guy. And the Easy 8 is not coming directly towards me. Rounds out. Oh, it goes long and hits the water behind him. Marking the target to let my teammates know what I'm going for. And we just lost the Cromwell B up on top of the hill. And he was killed by the Borsig. That Borsig I tried to get earlier in the game. Yep, he's been busy. And the Cromwell B player says, wow, can't win with a team like this. And I suddenly realised that Easy 8 is actually coming for me now because he's actually coming down the east side of the map. So I've decided I'm going to move as far south as I can for the moment. Get behind these bushes at the far end. And that should give me some protection. Okay, I've double bushed there because there's another set of bushes just in front of me. I can now get shots on the SU-122-44. Well, he's left the corner and he's actually moving towards me, and I'm just dialing in. Now, it's very deep water where he is at the moment, so it's very dangerous for him to go into the water. But I fire around at where he's last seen, and look, the shell falls well short again. Very, very short. So not having much luck at the moment, which is, so it's not going well. Okay, 4 rounds left. I've already announced that I have 5 rounds left with the last shot I made. I can't waste a single round now. I have to make sure every shot counts. There he is. And he pulls back just as I fire. But our teammate in the SU-101 does get the kill. Now, further up the hill, I can see that my teammate's coming towards me, but that enemy SU-8, there he is. And the Striv M4257 finds him. There's that 40 TP. So it appears the SU-8 didn't come as far south as he should have come to find me. And he was probably fearful of the tank destroyers. He probably knew they'd be in trouble. I've only got 3 rounds left now, and I've put that in chat. I'm pretty sure that 40 TP is somewhere in that vicinity. But I think he might be the other side of the dip. He actually might be in the water. Of course, it would be smart for him to actually come up from the dip and sit alongside that wreck, because the wreck would give him cover while he's shooting at the cap area. Somebody was saying maybe their Arty is out too. I think they think I'm not playing the game that much, or that I'm not doing well. I haven't got any kills so far. That's true. I haven't got any kills so far. But maybe they think that I'm not playing very well. 1.6k of damage collected so far as I know. Can't see that 40 TP. Well, our teammate's gone up on top of the hill strip. In fact, actually, they're saying the strip should come south, and that's correct, actually. Technically speaking, he should come south, because then he would provide an extra spotter for the enemy as they come in towards our cap area. Only 3 rounds left. It's gone quiet for a second, but it will heat up because we're running out of time. There's 3 minutes left on the clock. And there's the 40 TP. Breaks cover. He was up where I thought he should have gone, which was on top of that rise. I wing him in the rear for 195. 2 rounds left now. Okay, stopped. I'm still reloading. Can I get this one? Be nice if I could. Line him up. Rounds out. Yep, that's gone. So I've got my first kill in the game, but I'm now down to just 1 round left. And I put that in chat to let them know. They're saying, gee, Striv, full pack. Yeah, quite right. He's way too high. And here comes the Striv 74 on the enemy team. He's going straight in. And I wing him. And he's been tracked. I've got no ammo left, so I've signalled that in chat. And there's the kill shot, so he's been reset. There's only 3 left on either side, and the safest place for me to be right now is right up at the top of the hill, because basically I can't really do anything other than spot, and if I am seen, they will take me out straight away, especially that Borsig, who's still alive and has got 2 kills. So I'm headed up to the top of the hill. I can't do anything about this current game. I think my teammates know that there's nothing I can do. I can't help them at all. We're down to just 1 teammate next to the cap, the SU-101. The other thing about this is if the enemy can't cap out, because there's not enough time left, and that's the last minute hooter, then they need to kill all of us on the team, and if I'm far enough away, they can't get me. The Striv's still up here, but it looks like he's coming back. I'm going to go up near the windmill and stay up there for the remaining few seconds of the game, and I've been spotted. Somebody on the enemy team is nearby, and I just got stunned by the enemy Arty, the M44, and he's a good player. He's got 3 kills. There's the wreck of the 252U. I'm wondering who spotted me. And now I found out it's the Nashorn. The enemy Nashorn that I fired at the start of the battle is up here on the hill, and I just got stunned by the M44 again. Now, which way is he going? I think he's coming round the long way, but last few seconds of the game. And I had the feeling that he was trying to hide from me as much as I was hiding from him, because he probably thought I was loaded and was fearing a shotgun. So the game ended in a draw. Let's have a look at the second replay. The second replay finds me on the north spawn of Prokhorovka. Game on. Well, as you know, the SU-8 was derived from the T-28 medium tank, but they never got around to producing it simply because the T-28 itself has been cancelled by the time that they designed it and got ready for production. It was going to be built at the Kirov plant in Leningrad, but they developed it in 1934 to 1935, but again, as I said, they stopped. They didn't produce any simply because they stopped the T-28. It's got the engine and chassis of the T-28, and it actually has a fairly good 152mm gun with a high arc, which means, like the Gorilla, you can hit targets that are hiding behind rocks. Now I'm going to fire at that bush because there's normally somebody spotting there. Well, if he was there, he's probably got a headache, but oh well, just to see. Now I've only got 26 rounds, as I mentioned before. I ran out in the previous game. I don't intend to run out in this one. Oh, tree. Another tree. Somebody is in that area. So I did fire that blind shot there because I felt there was a high probability that whoever was knocking those trees down was still in residence. Okay, now I'm getting teammates indicate that there might be something along that tree line, but I'm going to hold fire. I've got a Type 62 Type 64 rather, out in the field. I'm trying to work out where to put the shell. Oh, don't need to worry. The VK got him. Now that narrow arc can be quite a difficulty. You can notice that there's the green line is slightly off to one side, so you've got more of an arc on your right hand side than you have on your left. But the thing is that as it's a Soviet Arty, it does dial in fairly quickly on the enemy once you actually line it up. It's just the reticule is quite big. That's also a bit of a problem because that adds to the probability that you're going to miss the target. Nothing to see down there, but oh, now I notice a tracer there, and I didn't see that in the previous battle when this took place. I didn't notice a tracer. Enemy Arty is up on the hill, and there's a Tiger 2 over here. I'm dialing in on him. Okay, fully dialed in. Now, rounds out. I know I'm firing blind, but he's actually quite a long way forward, and that could be dangerous to our heavies at the moment, so that's why I was risking a blind shell. Chrysler K's come up and he spotted a T-29. Rounds out. A bit late on that one, but I tracked him and got 20 hit points. And that looks like that was possibly right next door to him. There he is. He's tracked and he's still stunned. Not from my shell, but from my teammates. And unfortunately that one was well behind him. So we do know we've got two heavy tanks, a Tiger 2 and a T-29 sitting in that gap. There's the T-29. That's out. That's better. 185 hit points from a near miss. There's the Tiger 2. Our T-29 went over the edge of the hill there, but he's actually providing good spotting. And it looks like my teammate in the SU-14 too is getting direct hits. And that one overshot the target quite a long way, but the Tiger 2 took some damage anyway, so I get the stun assist. Now, even though I'm indicating the Tiger 2, I'm going for the T-29 because he's a one-shot. Rounds out. Yep, splash kill. Okay, we know he's somewhere in that vicinity. Gonna wait until they spotted him because I am running short of ammunition. I've used up 8 rounds already. There's the Tiger 2. Just settle on where he's going to be. Rounds out. He pulls back just enough. I think he was stunned by my teammate, not by me. Okay, he's backing up in this general direction. Rounds out, pulls forward, avoids another shell. And now a Tiger 1 is sitting behind the wreck of the T-29. So I might be able to get this one, because if he's welded himself or wedded himself to that wreck, then it'll make it easier for me to kill him. Rounds out. Rounds out, and... well, I got something off him and stunned him. Unfortunately, we lose the Chrysler K. My teammate gets the Tiger 1. And now we've got a Cromwell B using the Rex for cover. Okay, well, if you use Rex for cover, you know what happens to it. You become a dead tank. And the Cromwell B's killed with a blind shot. Okay, T-44 up at the centre line. That was the replacement for the T-34. Line him up. Rounds out. It went straight, but it looks like it didn't hit the T-44. Well, we're 3 tanks up on the enemy now. And the enemy, our teammates, have seemed a bit reluctant to actually come further south. There's the Tiger 2. He was up on top of the hill earlier, if you remember. And I've just tracked him. Hoping that my SU-14-2 teammate gets the shots on him as well. Line him up. Oh, he's foxing me. I stunned him. Running short on ammo now, 11 rounds. Rounds out. I think he's about there. And he is. Another blind kill. So that's 2 so far. Okay, the guys on my side of the map realise there's very few enemies on the west side of the map, so they're now moving south as quickly as they can to find out who's here. And they found a Jagdpanzer 4, and he doesn't live very long. There are other enemies here in the vicinity. I think there's a Stura Mill somewhere around. And I think our KV2, yeah, he just found out that the GW Tiger P is nearby as well. Tree went down just in the back there on the left. I'm expecting somebody on that tree line. There's the box tank. Rounds out. Yep, tracks him. And I got a load of damage assist there. Mark the spot. There's the hill from the SU-14-2. The Stura Mill. We saw him earlier. Or rather, we felt his force. And now I've got only 8 rounds left. There's the other box tank. There's only 2 enemies remaining. This guy and the Arty, the GW Tiger P. He dies, and now it's just the GW Tiger P. Just dialing in. Can't shoot until I'm ready. Rounds out. So I splashed him, and there's the kill. So the second battle was a victory. The first battle was a draw. Let's see how we get on in the third game. In the third game, I'm on the east spawn of Arctic Region, and the game's about to start. Okay, well, we're off. I did have quite a few games to reach the limit point. And in one of them I actually had a funny incident, because I broke cover from my current position, knowing full well there was an enemy light tank nearby, and was about to go over to the other side of the battlefield to help them out with what was going on. And at that moment the enemy light tank came into sight, and I thought, well, I might as well amuse myself. And I'll try and include that moment in a brief snippet at the end of these replays so you can see what actually happened. Okay, well, there's nobody up on the sniping position. The duck. I thought I might as well just try a blind shot just in case there was anybody there. Renegade, just around the corner. He should still be there. And yes, I got a blind hit. I must have smacked the Renegade right in the face as he came around the corner. There he is, and he's missing some hit points. Yep, he's missing some. So I did hit him. Now I'm looking around for a target, and well, T-37 appeared on that ramp. So he's spotting for his teammates. And suddenly I see that Scorpion G. No shot there. Don't think I can get a shot on these guys. Not unless they come a long way forward. I fire around just in case that TVP came round the corner and stunned him anyway. And at that moment I noticed the T-37's come back to the ramp again. Now he was probably there all along, but I just couldn't see him because my teammates weren't looking. You notice how the M44 on our team has actually picked a position in grid square A5. He's actually able to shoot at quite a few of the enemies who are in positions where I can't get my shell. Notably on the west side of the map. Now I repeated that shot because there was the possibility nobody was spotting and they failed to see him. Now I'm going to change position, but before I do that I'm going to knock down the camp because I didn't do it at the start of battle. I normally do it at the start of battle, as well as knock down any buildings that might be obstructions to field of fire or that could be used as cover for the enemy. So I've got to a better firing position here, and I can now see the Jagdpanther. He's gone. There's that T-34-85M. Now my friend in the M44 can probably get good shots on him. I only stunned him on that occasion. Ah, yes, there's the M44. Rounds are coming in. I'm hoping that was near him. It wasn't actually, he'd moved back. We're doing quite well at the moment. We're one tank up. We were two tanks up at one point. Rounds out. Again, it lands on that corner. Remember what I said earlier, the SU-8 normally has quite a high arc, which means you can hit targets hiding behind rocks. Oh, narrowly missed him there. Can we get another shot? Don't think so. Oh, we've got a T-34-2 GFT, and he's being attacked by our FL-10. Unfortunately, the T-37 turns up. But I do get some hit points out of him anyway, so at least I got something there. Right, so around about this point in the battle I thought, well, really I should be moving to get down as far south as I can so I can shoot up those guys from the south side of the map. Current position on the east doesn't really give me much of a chance to get shots on the enemy. And it's a bit too far for me to go to get up to the M44. And there's that T-37 again. And one of the enemy Artys just coming to sight, but I was so focused on getting this T-37, I totally ignored him. Rounds out. Oh, narrowly missed him again. And unfortunately the M44 was killed by our M44, so he got the kill I would have had otherwise. Still focusing on the T-37. It's business undone, you might say. Right, well I've decided I'm going to move further south and support my teammates from shooting behind them at the enemy. Yes, I knocked your tree down. I shouldn't have done that. But I think at this point in the battle, I don't think enemy Arty's going to be looking for me. I think they're trying to hit my teammates. We're only one tank up on the enemy, so they are doing well to keep us at bay. Okay, this should be a fairly good position. The enemy's not going to see me from here, but I'm still going to see them. Okay, I should be able to spot the T-3485M and the T-37. I can't go further up. Okay, that's where he was last seen. If I go too far up, I am going to be spotted. There's a tree going down, so somebody is up there to knock that tree down. Probably the T-37. Hands up. Hits the rock face. It went short. Shallow. Oh, T-3485M coming to sight. Now he was fairly close to where I last fired. Loaded. Oh, so close. Now it looks like our Hellcat is shooting in on him. I can't get a shot now because he's in the wrong position, but I can see my Super Hellcat's getting hit by the enemy Arty. I know there's two enemy Artys still remaining, a Hummel and the Lorraine 15550. There's the Hummel. No, it's the Lorraine. There's the Lorraine. Okay, we've got an enemy Barask who appears to be AFK, so we need to get rid of him first because he's capable of quite a lot of damage. Runs out. Big hit. Penetrating shot. 642. High roll. Now, we lost sight of where the Lorraine 15550 was. He's gone. There's the T-37 gone. So we know there's no tanks other than T-34. And he's not in a position where he can harm me. Now, I'm aiming in on the minimap where the Lorraine was last seen. Using the minimap for my guide. You can see there's a little dot there. So I'm adjusting the aim. Going to try and shoot in that spot. Difficult shot. Rounds out. Yeah, got him! Blind kill. Okay, so there's only one enemy Arty left, and the T-34 is in that dip in the gully, and our guys are going in to get the kill. That means the only other enemy remaining is a Hummel, and he's somewhere in the enemy woods at the back of the map. So I'm just going to drive over there and see if I can find him and shoot him. It's all about the P in SPG, propelling yourself to get the kills. Sometimes the only way you can do it is actually to go and find the enemy and shoot them right in the face. Now, if Sixth Sense goes off, I'll know I've been spotted. But I have a feeling he's somewhere in this area. There he is! Lock on. You're dead. And that's it. They've got the kill on T-3485M. So we've won the game. And it's all over. Another victory. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. And here's the end of battle results, and that first game on Malinovka, the one that was the draw, I managed to get my first ace tanker in that game. I used all 26 rounds of ammunition, did as much damage to the enemy as I could in the time allotted, and we got a draw out of it. You can see it's a first ace tanker because it's got the scrolls underneath, and you only get that the first time. I got a bruised medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. I managed to get 20. A gauze medal for doing more damage than 8 times the hit points of my own vehicle. A Confederate medal as well for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on my team. And my win rate in the game was 3,661, which is the Unicum standard. Let's have a look at team scores. Well, in my out of ammo game, I got 2,425 hit points of damage. It is the highest damage in the game, but there's no high caliber because I didn't get 20% of the enemy hit pool in total, unfortunately. But the next high scorer was the Borsig on the enemy team, who got 2,317, so he was doing almost as much as I was. The next high score after that was the SU-8 with 1,885. Their M44 as well should be noted, he got 1,881, so he wasn't a slouch. He was working very hard. He did get 3 kills. I only got the 1 kill in that game, but even so, it was a fun game, you might say. Very tense game towards the end because we were running out of time, and I was certainly running out of ammo. When it came to base XP, I didn't get the highest actually. Funnily enough, the highest scorer was the enemy M44, got 862. Remember, it's a draw, so both teams get the same basic amount, or based on the same calculation. I managed to get 839 on base XP, and the next high score after that was Cromwell B, who also managed to get a patrol duty for 499 experience points. I fired all 26 rounds of ammunition, got 9 direct hits, 20 splash, damage of 2,425 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. I did receive 2 hits by way of splash damage, and the enemy Arty was definitely trying to get me once I was up on top of the hill. The moment he spotted me, the M44 was trying to get me, but I managed to avoid getting hit both times. 10 enemy vehicles were damaged, 1 was killed. I got 344 hit points of damage assistance and 1,256 hit points of stun assist off 20 stuns, and I managed to get 5 defense points when I reset the cap when I hit one of the enemy tanks that was in the cap at the time. On a premium count, I earned 51,428 credits from that game, got 25,714 from personal reserves, and 5,373 hit points for courageous resistance. That's because I got an epic medal in a drawn or losing game. 82,514 credits altogether, and after repair and ammunition resupply took away a profit of 61,427 credits. I received 1,258 XP, 727 for courageous resistance, 1,986 from personal reserves, and took away 3,972 experience points altogether. So I'd have to say that battle, even though it was a draw, it was a satisfying draw because I did put a lot of effort in, and even though my teammates said that I seemed to be out of action, or not really doing much in the game because they couldn't see me scoring any kills, I was actually doing a lot of damage that they couldn't see, and as a result that's where I got the highest score in the game. Let's have a look at the second game and see what happened. In fact, I seem to remember it was the very next game after this one. That was also an ace tanker game. That's the game on Prokhorovka. I also got my first mark of excellence during that game, and I also got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. I managed to get 12. My win rate from that game was 3,220, so 3,220. Again, super unicum standard, and very similar to the last game. Let's have a look at team score and see where I got. Well, I didn't get the highest damage in this one because the Barras did 2,569. Yes, it was a tier 8 game and I was tier 6, so I was going to earn more XP, but it was difficult for me to score damage when there's OP medium tanks around like the Barras. The highest damage was him. The second highest damage was that SU-14 too. Yes, he was very good. He got 1,935 hit points. He was actually getting some of the kills that for tanks that I'd already struck. So I was getting some stun assist off him. And the third highest damage was the steering mill on the enemy team with 1,829. And I was next with 1,763. So I wasn't too far away from him on damage. When it came to kills, I had joint top because the steering mill and myself on my own team managed to get 3 kills each. Nobody on the enemy team managed to get more than 2 kills. The SU-14-2 got 2, the ARL-44 got 2, so did the GW Tiger P and the Tiger 2 on the enemy team. When it came to base XP, yes, I've got the top on that one because I was tier 6 in a tier 8 game, and therefore obviously I was doing more damage to higher tier tanks, and that was earning me more XP every time. 1,131 to me, 1,002 went to the Barask, 894 went to the SU-14-2. I fired 19 rounds in this game, so I had 7 rounds spare at the end of the game. 2 direct hits and 1 penetration on the enemy. 15 splash, damage of 1,763 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. I damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 3, did 472 hit points of damage assistance and 1,439 hit points of stun assist off 13 stuns. On a premium account, I earned 51,735 credits from the game, got 25,868 from personal reserves, a total of 77,603 credits, slightly less than the last game. 15,390 for ammunition, took away 62,213 credits altogether. 1,696 XP, same again from personal reserves, took away 3,393 experience points altogether. So after 2 Ace Tanker games, what do you think actually happened with the next game? Well, that was only a first class tanker, unfortunately, but I did hit the point limit at that point and maxed out. And funnily enough, even though I only got a first class tanker, I actually got a higher win rate on this game of 4,044. It was another tier 8 game, so I was hitting higher tier opponents and getting decent damage on them. If we look at the team score, we can see that I actually did get the highest damage on my team, but not the highest damage in the game. That went to the T-34 2G FT on the enemy team, 1,872. I got 1,857, so I was only a short distance behind him. When it came to kills, it was the M44 on our team and the T-34-85M on the enemy team. Both had 4 kills each. That M44 did pick a very good position, but it's a very risky one to go to that spot, because if the enemy does make a push on the north route, they are going to discover you and take you out of the game. I got 2 kills alongside the Scorpion G on the enemy team, the Progetto and the AMX 12-ton on my team. When it came to base XP, I was top. 944 for myself, 775 for the AMX 12-ton, 700 for the M44. 20 shots fired, so I had 6 left at the end of the game. 4 direct hits, 2 penetrations on this game, 12 splash, damage of 1,857 hit points, of which 1,522 were at more than 300 meters. I spotted 1 enemy vehicle, that was the Hummel at the back of the map. 6 enemy vehicles were damaged, 2 were killed, and 407 hit points of stun assist off 10 stuns. On this game, I earned 39,488 credits, not as much in the way of credits, 19,744 from personal reserves, a total of 59,231 credits altogether. After ammunition resupply, took away 43,031 credits, 1,416 XP, same again from personal reserves, total of 2,832 experience points altogether. Yes, so 3 really interesting battles, and I got my point limit on this game. I will include the clip round about now about what happened on that map when I met that light tank. Well, this is the funny moment that I mentioned, and currently I'm actually trying to hit that KV-3. It's in a very difficult to hit position. I've already whacked him once and, well, fired a round in there just to catch him, but I think you can see there's a T-37 slightly further to the north of me, and I decided I was going to go across the other side of the battlefield. I knew that T-37 was somewhere in the vicinity, and I just reloaded, and there's the T-37. He's coming in to try and attack me. And I just turned to face him, locked on, blew him away. I did take a round from him, and the enemy Arty did let me know. Yep, they'd seen me as well. But the game did end shortly afterwards, because that M44 was spotted after he shot me. And it was curtains for him shortly afterwards. Yep, there he is. My shell fell short. So that was another victory, 2 kills and 647 hit points of damage. And I hope you enjoyed all 3 battles. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.